Good afternoon, guys. I'm not going to keep you this long. This is Sheila D. I just want to show you one of my favorite meals I like to prepare for the holiday. So what I have here is a beef pot roast. So I season it and I started putting some holes in it. So what I have here is a fork. So it's a regular fork. And you can also use a meat tenderizer if you have that. But I do have a meat tenderizer, but I am going to use this fork just in case some of my fans don't have a meat tenderizer. So what we're doing is I have all my seasoning on top of the meat, and I was just tenderizing my meat. So let's do this side. I have a half a cup of pepper, half a teaspoon of pepper, and we're going to season this side. Then we have a half a teaspoon of salt to bring that flavor out, kick it up a little bit, and we got to season. With any season you want, just do a half a teaspoon. So then you take your fork and you go into your meat like this. This is how you're going to tenderize your steaks, beef, pork roast, beef roast, pork chops. You can pork steaks. You can use a fork to tenderize your meat. Okay. Also, guys, I am going to take a knife and I am going to cut some holes into this beef pork roast, and we're going to put some holes in it. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that in just a minute. So I cut me some holes into my pork roast, okay? So we have us some garlic over here, and we're going to take these garlic cloves. I have the whole garlic cloves, okay? You can cut them in half, but what we are going to do is stick this garlic into these holes, okay? And we are going to take and cut this one in half. And we're going to jug the garlic down into the holes, okay? You made you some nice, you're going to cut some nice size holes into your beef pork roast and just jug that garlic in the inside of it. And you can do as many as you like or less as you like. I like to put my garlic down into my pot roast, because that garlic helps with the flavor of your roast. Okay, guys. So we got now that we have our beef pork roast seasoned pretty good, we are going to take and put our beef pork roast into the pan, and we are going to put this roast into the oven for about 2.5 hours. Okay, guys. So what you do is you take your roast and you just put it into your pan or whatever you're going to cook your roast into. You just set it into your pan, okay? So now that we have did that, what I have over here is I have a little brown gravy, okay? Now, if you look at some of my videos, it's going to show you how I make my brown gravy, okay? So, what I am going to do with this brown gravy, I have some beef broth here. And I am going to mix this beef, this brown gravy with my beef broth. Okay, guys, if you look on my video and you want to make some brown gravy, I have a video on there how I make my brown gravy, okay? So we are going to pour this into the pan with our beef rolls, okay? And then we are going to pour our beef broth into the pan also. Then after we mix everything up, I have a cup of medium-sized onions, and we are going to just put some on the top and just break it up and let some get at the bottom. And then we also have our garlic clove left. So we are going to take and put this garlic into our beef broth and our brown gravy. And we also going to put some on the top. So after we get everything mixed up pretty good, guys, we are going to put us a nice piece of foil paper, really tight, onto our pan. Or if you have a top, you can use that. And then you are going to set your beef roast in the oven for about 2.5 hours. Okay. And we're going to set it into the oven and just let that cook. So now, guys, we are going to get into the good part. So what we have in this pot over here is I have some water boiling, and I am going to show you what we're going to do with this boiling water, okay? Guys, I hope you guys have a nice and wonderful Christmas. I hope you enjoy your family and they enjoy you. And if you are away from your family, call them and say, hello, I love you, and I'll see you next year, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to move this little pot up here so you can see what I'm doing, guys. So what I have in this pot here is I have me a nice pot of water that have been boiling. So over here I have me some black-eyed peas. Most people eat black-eyed peas for good luck at New Year's time. And my mom used to cook black-eyed peas, and she would make a big pot of greens or spinach or collard greens, turnip greens, broccoli, or whatever. The story is that when you make black-eyed peas, you are to eat something green with it, and it is supposed to bring you money all year. Well, we don't know if that's a myth or that's just an old saying or what. But I do know at this time of the year in some stores it's hard to find your black-eyed peas. So what I have here is I took and I put my black-eyed peas in this container here, and I picked them, make sure no rotten ones, or sometimes you buy beans and they have little rocks in them, so you wash them. So I washed my black-eyed peas twice, and I made sure I didn't have any brown ones in there or rocks or anything. So what I am doing is I am boiling my water. So we're going to get into how I season my black eyed peas. I have a half a teaspoon of seasoning salt. So we are going to put 2 of these in here because we want our black eyed, well, let's do 3. It's not going to hurt it. We want it seasoned pretty good. I like to add a little salt, pink salt. So we are going to use 2 of these. So that made 1.5 teaspoons. That's a whole teaspoon of salt. So then we have my favorite. So we are going to use 3 of these. So this is 1 and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Then we are going to add our onions into the pot. Okay. So once you do that, guys, you're going to stir your beans up. And the only thing that I put in my black eyed peas is season. And I put an onion in there. And then I take and I put some bacon into my black eyed peas. So also, guys, if you don't have no bacon, I'm going to show you another way you can do it. And remember, guys, I am an old-fashioned cook. So what I am going to do is I am going to take, and I got half a teaspoon of bacon grease, okay? And I am going to put that in there. I'm going to use, maybe this is 2 spoons of bacon grease. And I might add a little more. So you know, guys, how you cook your bacon and you throw that bacon grease away. I always take my bacon grease and I put it up in a container. Okay. So if I need to season something and maybe I don't want to put meat in it, I just want to put the bacon grease into it. Like sometimes I'll cook green beans and maybe I don't want no meat. Maybe I just want the bacon grease in there. Now what this bacon grease is going to do for these beans is it's going to give it a beautiful flavor. Okay. Now also you could take and you could fry you some bacon and cut it up in little pieces and put it into your black eyed peas. Okay. And I might just do that before they get done. But if you have your old bacon grease or whatever you want to call it, you can use that to season your beans, your greens, anything that you want to add a little flavor to. You could take and put your bacon grease into your pan, okay? And it'll give it a flavor. So what we are doing is we just letting this cook. And we got our nice black eyed peas. And I didn't put all them different, like some people put green onions, green peppers, and all of that into the black eyed peas. So I don't want to take the flavor away from my black eyed peas. So I just put pepper, season, and a pinch of salt or 2. And You can put ham hocks into your black eyed peas. You can put smoked meat into the black eyed peas. But what I did today is I didn't use any meat. The only thing I use is my bacon grease that I save after I cook bacon. So, you know, a lot of people throw the grease from the bacon away, but you're throwing away money, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to show you an old way of cooking beans or whatever vegetable you got without putting all that meat in it all the time. Sometimes I put ham hocks in black eyed peas. You could put pigtails in black eyed peas and beans, you know. I don't cook all my beans the same. But with the black eyed peas, I don't want to take the flavor away from the black eyed peas. So what I did not do is put all of that different onions, garlic, green peppers. You don't need that in black eyed peas. The only thing you need in a good pot of black eyed peas is your seasoning. You can put some onion salt. I'll say onion powder because I don't use onion salt. You can put onion salt, pepper, salt into your black eyed peas. Don't overdo black eyed peas because you don't want to take that black eyed pea flavor away. And so this is how I prepare my black eyed peas. Thank you for coming into my home, and I'll see you in the next video, and have a Merry Christmas, and take care of yourself, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.